Hi everyone, my name is Lexi. I studied abroad in fall of 2022 at Maynooth University in Maynooth, Ireland. And today I am joined with Lauryn. Lauryn, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and where you studied?
Hi, my name is 𝗟𝗟𝗧𝗦. I currently go to Howard University. I'm a rising senior. I'm originally from Charlotte, North Carolina, but I live in DC now. I studied abroad this past May. I went to London, England, and then I went to Barcelona, Spain, and then we finished out in Florence, Italy. It was a three week program called Comparative Healthcare.
That's amazing. Yeah, so thinking back to before you went abroad, when you were first kind of thinking about it, was there a definitive moment where you were like, I'm definitely going to study abroad, I'm going to do this program? And how did that kind of feel to come to that realization?
Well, I always knew that I wanted to study abroad because I love traveling and I've just like always had the urge to do so. And so I was just looking at programs and I saw the comparative healthcare thing. I'm a nursing major. So I was like, I really would love to just like go somewhere. And then I knew that I also couldn't do it during the semester because like nursing credits like don't really transfer very well.
Mhm.
So I knew that I wanted to go in the summer and then comparative healthcare, it was like a perfect program. I decided I was going in like January and I was just super excited just because it's like something that I've always wanted to do. But then I was also like weirdly like nervous because I've
Yeah.
never like flown somewhere like by myself or done any of that. But like I'm so glad that I did it because it was amazing. So
Yeah, the nerves are definitely valid, especially if you've never kind of done anything like that or like traveled on your own or something like that before. There's a lot of
mhm.
emotions that kind of go into realizing, like, oh, I am going to study abroad and this is what it's going to be like. And it's kind of very independent. And that can definitely be nerve-wracking for a lot of people.
Yeah, it was hard, but I just like kind of had to push myself. And then it also helps to kind of just like meet people before going. Like
Uh-huh.
I know there was like a list of people and like I was able to like find out that somebody else from Howard was going and then like meet a whole
Nice.
bunch of other people. So it was nice.
Yeah, that's very nice. So when you were in the three different countries, you said Italy, Spain, and England, did you notice that there was any kind of focus on fighting climate change or kind of more like green initiatives in each of the countries you went? Did it change? Was it the same?
I feel like they were super like kind of like conservative, like compared to America, like we laced like a lot of paper and like do a lot of that. But I feel like I was like constantly drinking out of like glass cups and
Yeah.
like just like they were like really good at like conserving and like it wasn't a lot of like paper wasting and like
Mhm.
things like that. That's the only thing that I could like say
Yeah.
to that.
Yeah, I definitely
Yeah.
noticed that too. Yeah, they tried to like
hmm
limit as much like waste that way and because I was able to go to each of those countries and I studied abroad too and I kind of noticed yeah, that's kind of a consistent thing is trying to just cut back on the waste in any way possible.
Yeah, there weren't many trash cans either. So I feel
Mhm.
like I don't know, that's kind of a green initiative. So I don't know. It
Uh-huh.
was pretty clean, fairly clean.
How did you feel going to these three different countries? Did you kind of feel a bit of culture shock in each place that you went? And how did you feel in your own kind of identity going from place to place?
Going to London first, it was a little bit less of a culture shock, but it still was. They just knew if you were American,
Yeah.
like he didn't like even without saying anything.
hmm
And it was like kind of like looked down upon, but not really. Looked down
Yeah.
upon, but like kind of. I mean, it
Uh-huh.
helps that you're with a group of people, but honestly, it just made me want to like kind of like research and educate myself on the other different kinds of people because
hmm
like and see like what their culture is. I felt like pretty proud to be an American and come from my own culture and place and like I kind of like understood like the misunderstanding of like Americans and like kind of like the annoyance because like we are coming into their country and like
Yeah, definitely. I feel like there's a lot of kind of, I mean, there's stereotypes for anywhere you go, any different country, of what the people there will be like. But I think
mhm.
you kind of learn and really notice what the American stereotypes kind of are once you go abroad. Like I
Yeah.
know one is that like we're always very loud and we always talk very loud. And I did notice when I was abroad
Yes.
with my friends, I was like, oh, we actually are like the loudest people in the room right now. So it's kind of
Yeah.
just like understanding and kind of just embracing where you're from and knowing that there will be differences in you and the places that you go and just kind of, yeah, I think embracing it is the best way to kind of go about it.
Yeah, we were definitely like singled out, but I mean,
hmm hmm
it was fine. Like I knew that like we do have a bad rep. Yeah, it's just important that you understand other people and understand how other people are, where other people are coming from.
Definitely. So when you were in England, I know that they speak English there. Did you
Hmm.
notice when you were there that there was any kind of like accent barriers, trying to figure that out? And then in Spain and Italy, was there any kind of language barriers from when you were there?
The person that was with us throughout
Mhm.
the entire trip, she was from England, from
Uh-huh.
London. She kind of like taught us like a little bit of the lingo. They do have a different lingo, and like they will say some things that you're just like they'll be like cheers and things like that. Like
Yeah.
just it was for the most part pretty easy to like adapt to and understand certain things that they say, their lingo. But in Spain, it was kind of shocking. It was kind of like a culture shock to go there after London, after like being able to
Uh-huh.
like communicate very easily because I think like it was literally when we first arrived, like we went to like a cafe and like they literally did not speak English. And
Yep.
me and my friend were like, we need to like figure out how to like say certain words,
Yep.
like just say the basics. So
Mhm.
I definitely just tried to like educate myself on Italian
Yes.
Italian and Spanish to just kind of like be able to just like say basic words like hi and bye, thank you, or like do you speak English? Because I feel like it's important to ask if they speak English
Yeah.
or like say something before you just like speak to them in
Yeah.
English because I feel like that's just slightly disrespectful. But
Yeah.
yeah, I tried to learn just like as much as I could.
Yeah, that's very nice to do when you visit a country where English might not be their first language. Just to at
Yeah.
least, yeah, be able to say like, do you speak English if you don't speak that language is just a way to kind of cause a kind of like bridge between the two languages and the two places, just to at least like put in the effort to start to adapt a little bit. Yeah. So now going back again, right before you went on this trip, since you were going to three different places, how did you kind of prepare and pack for your trip abroad? And was there anything that you wish you had brought that you hadn't brought, and anything you did bring that you were like, wow, I really did not need this at all?
Well, I was like, it was really daunting to pack for 3 weeks personally,
Yeah.
but it helped that we were staying in hotels. So, like, I know some people have to like pack like sheets and stuff
Uh-huh.
because they're like staying in like housing, but we stayed in hotels throughout the entire trip. So I didn't really need to bring many things besides like essential stuff. And I made sure to just like pack super light. Like
Uh-huh.
I checked one bag and then I brought one carry-on and I just made sure to bring like a bunch of clothes that like I can mismatch and like make different
Mhm.
outfits with. And then just like a lot of like dressy kind of clothes, like
Yeah.
dresses and stuff, because I feel like in Europe it's like kind of looked down upon also to like dress in like pajamas or like sweats or
Yeah.
like just certain things and they kind of like dress up a little bit. So I just
Mhm.
made sure to bring clothes that I can make different outfits out of. And then like for shoes, like I brought like one pair of tennis shoes and then like some dressy shoes. I just try to like really keep it simple. And then also just like my school stuff, like my laptop and my iPad. London was also like really rainy and I brought an umbrella, but like some people didn't. So I'm
Mhm.
glad that I did
Yeah.
that. But yeah, it was honestly not as bad as I thought packing wise. So I feel like I had everything. And then I also like left enough room to also bring back things as well.
Yes.
So you really want to make sure that you pack light going because you're going to buy things.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna want to bring as much stuff as you think you'll need, but definitely always
Mhm.
leave room to bring stuff back because you'll want to get things and you'll want to bring things back. It's just inevitable. It's gonna happen. Yeah, so one last question for you, Lauren. Is there any piece of advice you would give anyone thinking about studying abroad?
Yes, I would just say try to do it. I mean, you guys offer great scholarships, and I was actually able to get a scholarship. And then, if it's really something that you want to do, I think that you should just try your hardest to do it because it kind of was kind of life changing, and it was cool to be able to see all the different cultures and to learn about healthcare in that light.
Yeah.
And I really do feel like it has had an impact on like how I like view like the world and like different things. And so yeah, I highly recommend. Like it was really an amazing experience.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think that's a great piece of advice. Just, yeah, being able to go out and kind of do it. And you never know what you'll take away from it unless you go and try. So just putting yourself out there, I think,
Yeah.
is the best piece of advice, yeah, you can give.
Yeah, putting yourself out big on putting yourself out there because I'm like it was really hard for me to like
Mhm.
go out and like go fly across the country like by
Yeah.
myself. Yeah, it was awesome. So I
Mhm.
wouldn't like when you're uncomfortable, you grow the most. And I feel like
Yeah.
that trip really helped me grow. So
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I like that saying a lot. Yeah, I definitely think that that is a really good motto to have when you're studying abroad for
Hmm.
sure. Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Lauren, for all of your advice and insight. It has been great getting to
Yeah.
talk to you.
Yes, thank you. This was great.
Yes, and thank you everybody for tuning in. So, thank you.